Hello? Hello? What's going on here? Sorry, guys, I just need to mute something here. Okay, I found the source of the issue. Good morning, guys. Sorry about that. I found the source of the issue. I don't know if anyone's with me. Um, yeah, I'm just looking at taking. I did get in actually. Sorry, not looking at taking. BPC trade on the 5 minute here on gold. So as price broke the bullish candle high, looking to get back into what is a we go. So yeah, just looking to get back into the bullish momentum trade. We saw price rallied up into the 4900. Yeah, and I'm just waiting for typical BPC rules, downrange candles, multiples, wait for a bullish candle. We buy the break of the high in the direction of the market trend. So as you can see, we got triggered, didn't get to our initial sort of TP, and then it's starting to decline. Now, yes, in at much reduced risk, only at zero point 0.5. So these market moves are wild. So I'm in at 1/10 of usual risk. 1/10 of usual risk. It looks like we're gonna have a little L to start with on Friday morning, and there we go. Let's add that to the tally. So we're going to go 3 losses for 2026. Let's get rid of the limit order. And 20 losses in total. You could say it's aggressive using the 5 for a BPC, but the moves are too big at the minute to warrant looking at bigger time frames for me. So we'll wait now. We'll wait for the next. I'm just going to keep waiting for the next buy setup now. I want to be in line with this market trend. Um, as you can see, the daily we came down into the support area. We popped to 100 and what was it? I think $110 to the upside, positive 116, so 117, and we were negative 120 on the day. So the day's already had like a 200, what's that, $230 move from low to high. It's uh, it's pretty bananas out there at the minute, pretty bananas. But we just have to stay true to our rules, and we know that over time it will pay off. I'm just going to put a bit of music on in the background. Who have we got in this morning? Morning, Liam. You all right, buddy? Okay, so let's just mark up the chart while people are just tuning in. Uh, Okay, so support formed on the 4 hour down here. Last resistance on the 4 hour. Now there will be something here, but I'm going to mark it on. Oops, I'm going to mark it on here because this one will show up on a lower time frame. So as we go down, we can see the market came into the structure point, tapped it, tapped it. So let's just put it on here for the hourly. That's what we've rejected off this morning. Come down to the 30. We can see we had the consolidation, huge move, breaking out at 48.50, running up 61, $64, and then starting to have a little correction. We come back to tap this little zone. Support area, if we break that, we've got nice clear range down below, down to 47.30. Now, as I said, my bias currently this morning is to the upside. Yes, we are retreating at the minute or correcting. I'm just looking for buyers to spin round and go back into the upward move again. Let's drop to the 15. So yeah, so based off the 15, BPCs will set up if we get a bullish 15-minute candle. So I think that'll be the next thing we wait for. I mean, the 15 could be a huge candle, which is why I traded the first bullish 5-minute candle. I will take the next bullish 5-minute candle, to be fair, guys. Just to that, we've got $26. So yeah, plenty of room to look for our opportunities. For those of you that watch crypto's had a big old drop. We're down at $65,000 now, so it's over a 50%. It's around a 50% drop from the highs. I think. What do we get up to initially? 120, 126. So yeah, we have had over a 50% correction now from Bitcoin highs to today's low. So just patience now, guys. Patience. It's okay to take a hit. Okay, so we'll just sit tight. Nothing's going to come in this candle, so let's have a look at the Nasdaq while we're waiting. So I'll go to the daily. Look at this. Daily, straight in the zone. Right into exactly what we were talking about yesterday. We were looking for price to come into those big concrete levels. And then we want to watch, see how if buyers come in and change the cyclical pattern. So let's have a look. So if we look here on the 5, we can see the market's impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Okay, we had a little bit of a pullback, but we're still breaking new highs on the 5. So looks good. So I would be buys on Nasdaq above 24,600. So if we can get market to move above this area, I'll be looking for buys. Or alternatively, any move, as long as it didn't come down below here, I'll be looking for BPC trades to get above that price point. So, oh, 38. Yeah, there's room for that. Yeah. Let's see if gold's got buyers yet. 3 minutes. So I'm going to put a buy stop above the high of the previous five. So I'm looking for it to, let me just confirm that price point, 60.67. So if it doesn't trigger in this candle, I'll cancel the order because I'm looking for this. Now it's broken the lows, I'm looking for it to take out the highs. Very similar to what it did here when I got stopped out. But this one, again, I'm just looking for it to take the lows, go into an area of significant interest for me. I've got 2 minutes for price to break this high. If it triggers, fantastic. So 67, so I want 72 to scale some out, and then we'll look to see if we can get a runner. We have 1 minute left. So we need to break 48.67 to get triggered. If not, I'll cancel the order, and then we'll look to use the current candle if it closes bullish, and then we get a wick down. I'll buy the high of the current candle. 25 seconds. So get ready to cancel the orders if it doesn't trigger in the next 15, 16 seconds. And we're in. Alright, so okay, so if we were gonna place the 5 minute now, I'm gonna take another same reduced risk trade above the high of the 5 minute. So this would be, we've got the bullish candle, waiting for the wick down, taking the high. So we've gone in reduced risk on the first trade, and we're going to put an add in for the normal risk that I'd use. Well, when I say normal risk, 1/5 of the normal risk. So the high of this candle is 48.69 basically. 48.69. Done. Okay. And this one, 69, says 67, says 74. So two TPs have both gone in at 50 pips respective on both entries. Order rejected. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to hit TP. Let's. There we go. So that's 60 pips on T1. Why did that one? What size did I put in? Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Bizarre. Unless there's some new. Right. Let's just have a look where we can potentially go. So I'll bring it down just below the structure. There we go. Okay, and total TP. So what's that? Okay, I'm going to put another one in just below these wicks here, and then the last bit if it can run. So we'll go for 150. There we go. Limit sell, half of what's left. So rather annoying. I'm not quite sure if due to volatility there's some restrictions here, but normally it allows you to trade up to 15 contracts or 15 micro contracts. So it didn't allow 10 micro contracts there, which is unusual because we're in the blue or in the green. So maybe there's some restrictions at the minute due to volatility. Okay, so remember we're going to keep the same trade management techniques. So as price moves in our direction, and as soon as we break candle highs, even if it has a wick down, fantastic. As soon as it breaks candle high, we move our stop underneath the low of the current candle low. So this is just to lock profit in along the way. If it just breaks the highs without creating a bottom wick, then move stops underneath the lows. Yes, it could come down, it could stop us out and then continue to move higher. But this is the way that I manage trades. Just, it's you've got to have a mechanical rule base to stop you from making decisions based on the way that you feel. So as soon as we get through, what, 40, well, if we do, And there, there we go. Let's get rid of that pending order. Um, so we can watch the 15 for the 7 a.m. If we get a candle close like this, we can look to buy the high. But it has to be a bullish candle close. This will be BPC on the higher time frame. We've got 9 minutes to wait, guys. 9 minutes to wait. If it continues to move lower, then so be it. So if you have a look up here, currently after the first losing trade this morning, then what we just banked, we're $351 down. So just as we went on live stream this morning, I bought this candle here, the high of this candle here. So around 81. Just looking at that. So didn't quite get to 50 pips. 81.4, 85.8. Because it's with trend. I didn't hit. Sorry, guys. Because it was with trend, I didn't use the 70% rule. So I was being a little bit less cautious with my stop management. If it was against trend, I would have hit break even at 70% target. You're quiet in here this morning, guys. You're quiet. I'm thinking we'll take the break of this bullish candle high. I'm going to wait for the 15. I'm going to wait for the 15. But this, so just, let me see, 50, so what's that, 78, 83. So that would be it. 50 pips would be just below there. No, let's cancel orders. I'm going to wait for the 15. I'm going to wait for the 15 because look, we've got 6 minutes left of the hourly candle. 6 minutes left of the 15, 6 minutes left of the 30. There's no point jumping in. But no coffee as well. Then, has anyone seen the documentary on Netflix about Owen Hansen, a kid from South California that went to a volleyball player and then got into American football and then ended up being working for the cartel. It's a documentary. Really enjoyed that last night. Isn't it, mate? It's called Cocaine Quarterback. It's insane. it was only three parts, but all he got let out last year from I don't know which prison he was in the US, but very, very good. It takes a lot to keep me engrossed in series and things like that, but or documentaries. I generally don't sit still long enough. But yeah, very good. Just having a flick around because it's not quite sure this morning what's going on with gold. Let me have a look, see if our favourite president has been saying. Oh, what am I looking for? um, Japan election Sunday puts yen and bond markets on alert. All right, 2 minutes left of this 15-minute candle on gold. Now, what can what can we say about these candles coming down as opposed to these ones going up? Uh, uh, oh, I thought it was on Amazon, Jez. Sorry, mate. Not it's this. It was either on Amazon or Netflix. I mean, the so the the kid even managed to get a selfie with the US president. Okay, buy stops going in above the high of the M15. Nice little in night. Well, little. It's not exactly little. Uh, let's go. So the high is 48.76. Wow, there's it must be something. 48.76. So okay, let's have a look. What's there is a notification. Uh, Volatility update restricting GC, SI, HG, PL, NG, QG. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So it's gone from 15 contracts yesterday down to 6 contracts. They've reduced the contract. So this it's going to be for. Why do you think they might have done that? There's a couple of reasons. Uh, that's what, I'm going to put the extra one on. Right. Okay. So we're just sitting tight, guys. Just going to see if we can get that little pop-up. Um, good man, Jez. Good man. So listen, we're gonna sit tight. Look, I mean, I'm just looking at gold. I know the charts are similar, but look, tell me what from a classical charting, what do you see set here from old classical style charting? What would you say from an old classical standpoint? I'm trying to look for with this buy here. Any ideas, guys? So look, from a, from classical charting, when we're looking at certain things, when you have market moving in trend direction like this, where, oops, you can see it's coming down, up, down, up, down, up. So on the short, can you see this highlighted line? Can you see that blue line that I've drawn, or do you want me to change the color? Would it be better if I go maybe black or white? Is white clearer to see? Okay, so if we look at the way this market's moving, we can see that the market trend through this period is moving. Why is it not drawing this way? Okay, now from a classical charting perspective, which is how I used to look at the markets a long time ago, um, when we start referring to chart patterns, it's not something I trade anymore, but the structure is still present, right? If the market is going to start moving back up, then you'd look at things called the reason they give patterns names is because it's easier for the brain to remember. It's called picture association. So if you imagine, loads of people have probably heard of head and shoulders. So because it creates this pattern. So left shoulder, right shoulder, head, and then your neckline is here. Now, why do they give it a name? Because everyone can associate a bit your head here, your shoulders here. And why is it important? Well, if you think about the simple concepts, all it is where you have the left shoulder, this bit here is called your neckline. As soon as price breaks through there, it gives you a change in trend, meaning you've gone from higher highs and higher lows to then a lower high and a lower low. So invertedly, what we look at here is potentially this market creating a low, a lower high, a lower low. Then we get the same high. Now we're looking for a higher low to then reverse and go back up. Now, whether it breaks this area or not, I don't mind. But if it does, then we have the change in trend to then go back like this. So what I'm looking for is an early entry into, let's call it head and shoulders on a higher time frame. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Just let me know. Oh, nice. So we're just waiting for this, guys. That's all we're doing. We're just waiting for it to make its move. So we've got entry in at 48.76. Now remember, guys, don't use my price points. Look at your candles. Look at your 15-minute candle. Look at the high. Put your order if you're going to look to be buying above the same using a BPC technique that I use. So BPC, remember, it's breakout. So let's look. Where was the breakout? The breakout was here. Oops, wrong box. So the breakout was here. Market broke out. Then we've had the pullback. Now we're looking for the continuation. Okay, really, really simple. Yeah, it did come up to structure point, but that doesn't worry me. I would anticipate that we would potentially continue back up to here and then maybe get above those and we can look for the next breakout should we do that. Okay, so all in line. We're just waiting patiently for the market to do what we want it to do. And if it doesn't, we don't do anything else. Okay, we have our plan, we stick to it, and we execute accordingly. And we're about to trigger. or maybe not. Anyone got any plans for the weekend? What's everyone's plans for the weekend? Family, chilled, kids clubs, partying hard. Anyone else, I would take that serious. I'm just not sure if I've now got to Google what Bongo's Bingo is. Ah, well, that's quite a possibility, Jez. That is quite a possibility. I mean, I'm not even sure they can field a full 11 yet. Uh, oh, we've got a couple of late comers in, so we're just waiting for gold potentially to rotate higher. First TP is it's just over 60 pips. I've just used the a little bit below this wick here for the first TP, which is for 50% of the initial position. Now, the order, if this 15-minute candle closes as is, will remain the same. We've got 45 seconds left of this candle. Okay, so there we go. New 15-minute candle is forming. Order will remain the same. So nice to see we've had a bullish candle close. It is an inside candle, so it doesn't tell us a lot. Um, the long tail wick rejection, the first one, is what we like. If we trigger, then we're just going to bring our stops right down underneath this. I use the bearish candle wick first. And then if we trigger and we go sort of around 30 pips in direction, I'll move it underneath the trigger candle though. Are you going to the United game, Jez, or are you just going to watch it on TV? I missed the I didn't know Ireland France played last night. I missed that. Got thumped. 36-14. Sadly not. Wolves playing Saturday and Sunday in Notts. So uh, this is the new weekend job now, mate. Sports matches, sitting on the sidelines, getting absolutely frozen. Okay, so Nasdaq is setting up for a BPC as well. I'm going to sit on the sidelines for the Nasdaq. I'll show you. I would rather wait for the Nasdaq this afternoon. Yeah, so we'll sit on the sidelines for this one now until this afternoon for the Nasdaq. It's been a slow morning this morning. I mean, typical. I got up yesterday, 1 a.m. for a coaching session, and nothing really materialized. To be fair, it would have been like, oh no, 1 a.m. today, 1 till 3 there was movement. Typical. So yesterday there wasn't, today there was, then it's consolidated. The move happened at 5 o'clock. I didn't get up until 5:30, so I'd already missed that big chunk. So it is what it is. We can't be awake 24 hours of the day, can we? Good morning, guys. Good morning. I've got about another 40 minutes left on the stream. Um, Hopefully we can. Yeah, I've got to take my lazy self for a run this morning after drop off. I'm gonna get a double session in today. Run this morning, gym this afternoon. Gonna finish the week on a high. It, what's this? Fear and greed in the crypto space. Are you doing a lunchtime live? Yeah, I can do. Yeah. What's this? Crypto fear and greed index hits FTX crash out lows as market sentiment shifts to panic. Crypto fear and greed index slips to 9, the lowest level since the FTX collapse, as Bitcoin's sharp sell-off sparked deleveraging, defensive positions, and vol spikes. The reading reflects capitulation level stress with little clarity on near-term price direction. I always, I'd love to know where these like fear and greed levels are created and calculated from. I swear half of these things are created to make people panic so that then some big whale in the background can go and fill his boots at stupid prices. So Nasdaq is moving. So if you like that setup, guys, that is well, you got to wait 8 minutes. If not, let's just focus on what we want to focus on, which is gold for me right now. It's like since we've looked at this market, it's done absolutely nothing. We had that one little spike on the 5 minute where we had a loss and where we had a win, but it's just sat in this range now for literally the whole stream, give or take about a 10-minute window. So yeah, I will do a lunchtime live stream today, guys. We will do that today. Right, what I'm gonna do, I might just grab a coffee while I'm waiting for this to trigger. I'm just gonna set an alert so I can hear it if I'm in the kitchen. Add alert, done. It's heard me say I'm walking away, and what do we see? Market, it's gonna have a pop. I can see it. There we go. It knew I was gonna go for the knew I was gonna go to the kitchen. There's the alert. Somebody doesn't want me to get a second coffee. So 75. Okay, so just move stops up underneath the current 15 candle. I would like the first TP to be hit just before the candle close. The reason I say that is if we're going to close bullish, the next candle will probably pull lower before it breaks the highs. So I'd like to be in a slightly de-risked position. $76, 81.8. So I've got 70 point first target. Let's see if we 81.8 is 50 pips. being a little bit greedy there. Let's go back to the 50 pips. Got close, not quite. Keeps flirting with that TP. Just let it do its thing. If we can take out the 30-minute high next. So first thing we need to do is hit TP. That's a major bonus because then we get to de-risk, take half our position out. Then breaking the previous 30-minute candle high will be significant because then what we've had is a wick down and then an uprange candle form. But we've only got 1 minute for this candle to do that, so I'm not quite sure it's going to happen in this one. So the next opening, so from 7:30 till 8 is going to be a big candle because we want that to break through. Because remember, this candle now is going to be an inside candle no matter what. The next 20 seconds, I can't see it breaking that high. 5 seconds, so ain't gonna happen. And here's the grab liquidity before hopefully the push higher. Now I need it to break this high before I'm going to bring my stop up to break even. 'So about 20 pips to go. Make that 30. Okay, we're back at entry price now. So currently offside now. Not a very pleasant first 5 minutes of this candle. The wait, the waiting game, guys. The waiting game. After this candle, as I said, if we didn't hit that TP, the next candle will more than likely pull down to try and attract some liquidity, attract those buyers before we push higher. Update, funds ahead. A lot of crypto news coming through this morning. Um, I think with the Bitcoin dropping below, what was it, 60,000 yesterday or in the early hours of this morning, it's sent a few shockwaves across the crypto space. Ethereum back under 2,000. It did go down to 1750 in the early hours. So some big drops across the board. So if you've just joined, guys, we are in a buy on gold. We bought above this candle high here. We came close to our 50-point take profit here. Market opened a new candle. It's wicking down, hopefully to create more appetite from buyers to push back up. Extended targets up here, just underneath the structure. We do have a 50% take profit in here at 48, basically 92. Anna, good morning. Yeah, so basically we are a few pips below entry price at the minute. Well done on your phase two. Yeah, afternoon. Well done on your phase two at FTMO. Congratulations. Uh, you've done the hard work now. You just need to be in the market for another couple of days. So 0.01 lots. You won't be able to just take one trade a day. Make sure you register 1 or 2 trades on those days. Literally stagnant. I was literally about to go for a coffee as price was down here on this candle. I set an alert for price to break this high so I knew. And within 2 seconds of me setting the alert, it literally triggered. It's like someone's watching me. Don't want me to have a coffee. So needs to move $9 to hit TP and reduce risk by half. Oh my days. Okay, so we're back in the green, not massively, and not for long. So, so slow. Come on, markets. So, patience, not getting frustrated. Now, the interesting thing, my average hold time during this new, let's say, market conditions has dropped massively. So it used to be around 20 minutes, but over the last, let's say, 3 weeks, it's dropped down to 7 minutes. This will be the longest trade I've had in a long time. Not hitting TP or break even or stop loss. So it just shows how the dynamics have shifted. So the trade duration, I don't know if anyone's found this themselves, your trade duration is massively reducing, unless you're a swing trader at all. But for day trading, my trade duration has massively reduced. Anyone else seen that in their trades? Is it moving or is it just stopped again? So now I'm finally getting the hand of this platform. I do want to acquire a couple more accounts because it looks like for copy trading, don't even need to link it to software. You can just plug it in over here and it does it all for you. I don't know how the risk works or anything like that. So we'll see. We'll trial it. So 1 more minute for this 15-minute candle to close. It's going to be an inside candle. Unless it has a little spike in 15 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, candle's closed. Next one. So again, thinking about trade management, there's nothing to do here. As soon as we break this high, bring stops up underneath it. I'm not going to go straight to break even, just because we're with trend. I'm going to try and use candle lows and give it a little bit more wiggle room. But need to hit TP first. That's the first thing. Need to hit TP. After that, we should break the highs, and then we can move our stop up a little bit. Just depends how much price needs to drop to attract the buyers. They're definitely taking their time at coming back into this market, that's for sure. This is, I can't do anything about it, right? I don't want to kill the trade because I want to be in it. I can't make it go up faster. I can't make it go down faster. I just have to wait for it to do whatever it's going to do. I guess I'm going to be late for school again today. Judging by the way the markets move, might as well start bringing the times forward for our live streams a little bit more. It seems to be like four-ish. Mm, mm, mm. Now, one thing we do know is just before 8 a.m. there's usually a little bit of a vol spike. So in the next 10 minutes, I expect there to be a spike. Usually just before 8. Not necessarily, oh, it could be down, but there's always a little bit of a few dollars to the upside would be preferential. So as soon as you see this red line go green, it means we're back above our entry price. Whenever it's red, it means we're below our entry price. So according to the stats on this account, I've only had 2 trades that have lasted over 20 minutes. So this will be the third. I don't want to give you the other stat in case I jinx it. 7:49, literally 10 minutes for the candle. Now remember, 8 o'clock, all the candles are going to close, the 15, the 30, the hourly. So how's it all looking? Well, hourly, could it be the first bullish candle that we see it after the last move down? We've already seen a little rotation on the 30. So right now we're sitting inside. A move above the 30-minute bullish candle would only add weight to our initial entry and would mean I'd definitely be quite confident of the market running higher, whether it got all the way to the top of the range or this structure. That's remained to be seen. But yeah, break the 30-minute high, very, very confident that we're going to run higher. 15-minute, we're seeing the tennis ball effect, big body candles, small body, small body, small body, big wick starting to rotate, bodies increasing to the upside, again increasing to the upside. Wicks coming to the downside. We just need to break the highs. And like I said, we break this high, I think we'll run away. But this is, we just got to sit tight and wait for the volume to come in. Something we're not seeing. Sorry for the yawn, guys. Sorry for the yawn. But yeah, very, very much lovely tennis ball effect here. For those of you that are unfamiliar with when I refer to tennis ball effect, it's the transition from buyers to sellers or sellers to buyers. So if you throw a tennis ball at the wall or the floor, what happens to the shape of the tennis ball when it hits the wall? Does it stay the same or does it change shape? If you've got a tennis ball, you throw it at a wall or the floor, what happens to the structure of the tennis ball? Yeah, it compresses. So as it compresses, this is the way that I would speak about candle bodies. When they compress before it expands and goes back into its normal shape and starts to bounce back up, very much like a candle body. You get the exaggerated bodies as it starts to move in up or down, but before it changes its direction from going down to back up, before it bounces, the structure of the ball compresses and then pops. So this is like what we're seeing here with the candles. the bodies compress, and then it pops. Now we're just waiting for it to really pop and go back in the direction that we want it to. 7 minutes. You see why I need that coffee now. I've been waiting to get this. Ugh, keeps getting to entry price and then just drops a few dollars. I'm getting very bored watching this right now, but this is what happens. Volatility has decreased my patience. So used to watching a trade for on average 21 minutes. Now, due to new market conditions, average time's like 7 minutes. So you know what's happened to my patience for a trade. My patience for a trade is decreasing as well. Why? Because expectations based on data tell me that I'm going to hit my first TP or I'm going to get stopped out within, on average, 7 minutes. Now I'm sat in a trade for what, 35 minutes, and we're still around our entry price. Yeah. So my my patience is wearing thin, but I have to sit with it until rules tell me otherwise. So we've got 54, 2 to 3 minutes. You're going to see a bit of a move. Where's Bill Withers? Bill Withers comes on. This is going straight to target. 3.5 minutes, guys, to the end of the candle. Definitely need to go for a run after this one. 2.5. Oh dear me. 2.5 minutes till the 8 a.m. candle opens. Look at that. Up candle, down candle, up candle, down, down. Just sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. 1.5 minutes. One minute. Like I said, here comes the vol. Not the way that I wanted it though. Always, literally just before the 8 a.m. candle, you get a little spike. I don't know if we'll hold in on this now, guys. Unfortunately, but get ready to cancel all orders if we get stocked out. No chance. There we go. Cancel orders. All right, guys. Let me just amend the stats. I know what's going to happen now. And 2 losses on the morning. Okay, that's it for this morning. Not a great Friday morning. $1,200 down on the morning. So see if we can get it back this afternoon and a little bit more. But that's it, guys. We will be back at 1 o'clock today. Have a great morning, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye 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 bye.